The Islamic world, at one point in history, was the most powerful part of the world. However, due to internal strife, fitna, nationalism, and pressures from the West, fell apart completely after World War I, with the collapse of the Ottoman Caliphate. However, what if the entire Islamic world were to unite today? Despite this utter impossibility, let's imagine for a second that every single Muslim majority country in the entire world were to simply unite and become one nation. What would the economy look like? What would the society look like? How would a united Islamic world function internally and on a global scale? And would such a nation be able to survive in the modern world? Welcome to Forgotten History. We'll begin with what the Islamic world actually is. In order to be a part of the Islamic world, the country must be a Muslim majority state. With this logic, there will be over 55 nations who will form the newfound Islamic world. Virtually the entire of West and North Africa, as well as the entire of the Arabian Peninsula, large portions of South, Southeast, and Central Asia, and small pockets of the Balkan region in Europe. The Islamic world will span 3 continents, and the biggest countries in the new nation will include Indonesia, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nigeria, and Egypt. The largest country being Indonesia with a population of 270 million. The largest city would be Cairo. Cairo has a population of 20 million and was the historical capital of the Mamluk Caliphate. Other large cities including Dhaka, Karachi, and Istanbul. If the capital were to be created due to religious reasons, then it would likely be Mecca due to the religious connection with Islam. Historically, the capital was either Baghdad or Damascus. However, due to the war-torn nature of the nations in which these cities reside, the capital would likely not be the Baghdad or Damascus. The capital would likely either be Istanbul or Riyadh. Istanbul is the economic capital of Turkey and controls many trade routes through its access to the Black and Mediterranean Sea. Moreover, its connection with Europe makes it a logical option of being the capital of the Islamic world. However, Riyadh is the capital of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia would hold great legitimacy over the Islamic world due to it being the country in which Mecca and Medina reside. Moreover, Saudi Arabia would control much of the nation's oil and economy. Therefore, it is logical that the capital could be Riyadh. Other notable cities include Karachi or Jakarta, who have huge economies and huge populations. However, due to the geographical location of such cities and the fact that it's largely separate from the core of the Islamic world, it would likely not be the capital of the Islamic world. The population of this newfound nation would be a staggering 1.9 billion people. This would make a united Islamic world the largest country in the entire world in terms of population, overtaking both China and India, and representing almost 25% of the entire world's population. Moreover, the state would be almost 35 million kilometers squared in terms of land, controlling 23% of the entire world's landmass, over 3 times the size of Europe and even larger than Africa. This means that a united Islamic world would be double the size of Russia, which is the current largest country in the entire world. The largest countries in the United Nations in terms of land would be Kazakhstan, Algeria, and Saudi Arabia. When looking at the religion of the Islamic world, it is more diverse than one would think. Islam of course represents the majority, around 82% of the population, split between 65% Sunni and 17% Shia, represented at 1.5 billion people. Christians will still represent over 10% of the population at 200 million people, whilst Hindus and Jews will make up 4% of the population, atheists 3%, and other religions and faiths the remaining 1%. When looking at the economic state of the reunited Islamic world, the state would be fairly powerful. The nominal GDP of the state would be $7.5 trillion, making the 3rd largest economy in the world, behind just China and the USA. This would mean that the GDP per capita, however, would only be $4,000, well below the average living standards. However, this does not show the entire picture. The state would control richer areas such as Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE, but also poorer areas such as Somalia, Sierra Leone, and Afghanistan. Despite this, the united Islamic world would be unbelievably rich when it comes to natural resources. It would control 30% of the world's gold and around 40% of the world's oil, primarily due to its land in the Middle East and countries such as Brunei. The United Islamic world will undoubtedly be a new world superpower. It would be the largest country in the world, have the largest population in the world, and with a growing population, growing reliance on oil, great levels of innovation, and the united Islamic world could be a huge power. However, the nation would struggle from a lack of central government. With all these different nations and people, could the country be too diverse? Its nationalism, which previously destroyed other Islamic powers, people believing in their own nation as opposed to embracing their Muslim identity. Moreover, the nation would struggle from its relatively small economy and living standards on average. Furthermore, the lack of education would stunt the growth of certain parts of the country. In addition to this, the country would be incorporating many war-torn nations who fight over borders and internal issues. Would this cause instability for the united Islamic world? This is not even to mention the relation this country would have with the rest of the world. The reunited Islamic world would share borders with the likes of China, Russia and India, none of which would be pleased that a new superpower would enter the region. And with it being difficult to find allies, and internal strife and external pressures, would it be possible for a united Islamic world to survive? Overall, it's clear that despite major issues, a united Islamic world would be a nation of superpower status. And if they are to unite over their similarities rather than separate over their differences and fix internal issues, they could face any external force. If they are able to remove the issues blocking their unification, there will be nothing which could cause their separation. Thank you for watching this video. I'm aware that this is very different from my normal style, but I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I shall see you next time.